I brought Janet Parker, who is our county clerk and has been so for, you're saying 32 years? Will be 32 years. And she's headed to retiring. And she has brought her right-hand person who's been coming to some of our meetings here today. That's Vicenta Stafford. So without further ado, let me have you two guys come on up and talk about fraud protection with property.
Good morning, I'm Janet Parker, and we are here to talk to y'all today about our property fraud alert program that we have here in Burnet County. Last year, I purchased this program. We saw a need and felt like we needed to be a little proactive. So we purchased this program, and then we were unable to go out into the community and let everybody know what we're offering here in Burnet County. So we're super excited about it, and I'm going to let Vicenta Stafford walk me through the whole process. She's my right hand, she's my left hand. She is my chief deputy, and she's going to tell you everything about the program, and then we'll be happy to answer any of your questions.
Hello, everybody. Vicenta Stafford. So as you know, people are coming to Burnet County fast. They're coming in. But with more action, that just leaves a little more room for people to come in and not be good people and fraud. People who are not home. You know, we have a lot of winter Texans. We have a lot of property owners who don't truly live there. And it leaves a little bit of room for people to come in, see a home's vacant, and basically sell your home without you knowing it. And if you don't frequent your home enough, you wouldn't know it until you came to visit. So it's happening everywhere. It's happening all around the state. Burnet County, we're trying, like she said, we're trying to be proactive instead of reactive. The county clerk's office is the filing entity for all official public records in the county. So we file deeds of trust, liens. If it pertains to property, we file. Documents recorded in our office, it has several things we have to look for. It has to be an original. It has to have a title. It has to have a grantor's name, a grantee's name and address, a legal description saying it's in Burnet County. And then it has to be signed by the grantor and be acknowledged in front of a notary. Our office does not require an ID to file a document. That's the job of the notary. Before they take the document, they're supposed to look at an ID and make sure that this person is who they are. The legislative actually just passed a law lowering the number of the population down to 800,000. So now if you're in a population of 800,000 or more, you have to have an ID to file a document in the real property records. Obviously that doesn't affect us because we're nowhere near that, but it was 1.2 million, and then they moved it down to 800,000 this year. So it could be that it's coming lower and lower eventually. So in 2020, Janet bought the property fraud software. It was purchased with records management money, which is money that comes off of every recording that we take in. $10 from every recording goes into this. It's a restricted account. It can only be used for record management purposes. So we thought this was a good program. You can purchase this program as an individual. You know, there's lots of programs out there. Burnet County chose to purchase the program, so it was free to the constituents of Burnet County and property owners. So we use records management money. We paid a fee at the very beginning, an implementation fee, and then we pay a yearly service fee. No money comes from tax dollars. none to fund this. It strictly comes from the restricted account of records management, which that's the only thing we can use it for is managing records. We also mailed out info cards like this. We mailed these to every property owner, and we had, and yeah, every Burnet County property owner. We had some people go get it and register. We had a lot of people call wanting to make sure it wasn't fraud. We assured them it was not fraud. And then we helped them to register themselves and get on there. So we're trying to obviously get more people. It cuts down on your chances and all those things. So the way it works, so you go to our website, you register your name, you can register your spouse's name, your business name, your trust name. However, I mean, if I could do Vicenta Gonzalez Stafford, I can do Vicenta Stafford. If I had another name, I could do my maiden name. And then it asks you for either a phone number or an email. And that's how you would be notified if a document was filed. So documents come into our office every single day. We record them. They come in by mail. They come in by person. They also come in by e-recording, which is an electronic software that dumps them into ours. Like I said, we check to make sure they meet all the criteria. At the end of each day, our office verifies every document. We go through a verification process, and where 2 to 3, maybe 4 people's eyes see every document to verify that we've met the criteria. At the end of the day, once we're complete, those names get uploaded into the property fraud software. And then if you were registered and your name was on there and the document was filed with your name, you would either get an email or a phone call. And it would tell you that a document is filed with your name, and it would give you the document number. This software doesn't actually have a picture of the document, but Burnet County, Janet actually provides the public with official public records online. So our records go back from 1852 to the present. We just did that. We just did that program, that project last year. So all of our records are available. So if you get that, you can go to our website, type in that number that they gave you, which it starts with the year, so 2021, and then the rest, the document number. You can put that in, you can click view, and you can actually see the document. If you have a common name, you could get notified because it's someone else. If there's 2 Jason Smiths in this county and you get notified, you can go there and say, oh, this isn't my property, so this doesn't pertain to me. But if you get noticed, it's because something was filed. If you knew you filed something, if you sold property, you would get noticed that it was done, but you probably wouldn't need to do anything about it. If you get noticed, you go to the website and you're like, that's really not my signature, but this is my property. At that point, you would need to begin the legal process of hoping to get that fixed. You would need to contact an attorney. Our office can't do anything about the fact that that was filed. This is just hoping to give you a notice in a timely manner so that you can go then and begin the process.
Yeah. So if something gets filed today and you're registered, you're going to be notified immediately that there was a document filed of record in the office with your name on it. So it's pretty much immediate notice. You should be notified tomorrow. Yeah. So, and I know it works because my name's on documents, Eddie registered, and it works. So
I'm registered on there, and I got this notice one day, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, somebody has done something with my property.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I had filed something with the county attorney,
Yeah.
and that's where the notice.
Yeah.
So, but it freaked me out there for a second.
And you can call our office. We can walk you through the search process on our website. We can register you over the phone. You can go to our website and register yourself. It's literally, you type your first name twice, your second name, your last name twice, and then your phone number or email twice. You can even put it in again if you want to be notified by email and phone. There's no restrictions on how many times, if in 3 years your phone number changes, go back on and re-register. We have a lot of trusts that are being created, and we have a lot, making sure the wording. So a lot of people will go to our website, search their trust, and make sure it's the same verbiage, that we typed it in the same way they're doing. And just so you know, in 2020, we filed 17,424 documents in Burnet County.
Real estate.
Real estate. As of September 1st of this year, we've already filed 14,879. So we have about 2,500 to surpass, and we still have 4 months. So we will surpass last year's filing within probably before October, I would assume. So, any questions?
How many fraud cases have you caught?
I don't know if we found fraud cases. Another issue is that, and this has happened quite a few times, we have had folks come in and they have filed fraudulent liens against other people in Burnet County. And there is another avenue in the government code that can address the filing of fraudulent liens. You can have a judicial review through the district courts, and we've had that quite a bit. And these people have been notified because somebody has filed a fraudulent lien against them, which by statute, the clerk still has to notify someone when we find a document that appears to be fraudulent, a fraudulent lien. I have 3 days to notify the person that the lien was placed against. That's a little bit different animal, but if you're registered, no matter what document was filed in the real estate records, you're going to be notified. So you're going to be able to go on there and look. And you're registering your name only. You're not registering your legal description. You're not registering your property ID. We're not linked to the appraisal district in any way. This is a standalone site. They will not sell your information. We guarantee they will not sell your information to anyone. So I don't know if we've stopped any fraud, but I do know that people have been notified of fraudulent liens placed against their property. And that can cause you issues also. So if later on down the road, it clouds your title,
You got to sell.
then you're gonna have to clean that up eventually. Yes, sir.
Jim, you didn't get notice of my lien against your property because I registered your property in my name.
That's all right. I've got yours in mine.
So I got the notice, not you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Bill.
We registered in the program last year when you first set it up. We transferred part of our property, a few months later, either end of the year or early this year, we transferred part of our property for trust, and we didn't get a notice. We then sold the rest of the property and got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it was just because we got missed or whether, if it was Neil and Cheryl Kennedy's grantors, Neil and Cheryl Kennedy's trustees of the trust, as grantees. I'm wondering if that's why.
We need to look at that, Neil.
Yeah.
Okay, because you should have been notified.
Yeah.
Because
I know it's reported because I reported
my
ourselves.
husband, we're both registered, and Christine Parker sold some property. My husband's Chris Parker, and we got notified.
Because it was close.
So you should have been, we need to look at have you registered. So,
We didn't get notice, June, when we sold the rest.
okay,
Now, is this just homes or all?
all operating.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Well, all reporting,
yes,
Yes. necessarily doesn't have to be even linked to a property.
correct. Yeah.
If it just has your name on it, then you should get notice.
Are there any other counties in the area that
Llano County just started. Yeah, Llano County just, went live.
Well,
We were at a
we
conference.
spoke at Kiwanis about a month ago, and a lot of them were actually Llano County residents and were very upset. And then the next day, the county clerk announced that they were offering the property fraud alert in Llano County. So we helped a little. Yeah. Yeah,
So yes,
yeah.
I don't know where it is on their website, but on our website, if you go to, the Burnet County Texas.org, and then go to departments under county clerk, it's right on our home screen. It's, yes, sir, that's
Yes, sir.
still this is, still the link.
You already
And
registered, Jim, I told you.
And we have a
That's all right, I've got a title insurance policy to take you to court.
And we have a computer here today, so we'll be happy to register. you.
yeah, if anyone.
Yeah,
wants
this
to
morning.
register.
Also, I do a lot of foreclosures, I haven't gotten any of those, any stuff like I see the.
We need to look at your name.
Yeah.
And when it first started, I don't know if,
Almost, but now I'm thinking about it, it's my name, I'm sure.
yes,
They were spelling the name correctly.
Yeah, it sounds like you. Put an I instead of A.
yeah.
Like I said, we got.
But and it could be that there was even the wrong phone number or a wrong email
Yeah,
or
we need to-
something in there. So you're not getting them when you're doing it individually,
Right.
however.
We definitely want to look into that. So,
Any other questions?
I don't know if this pertains to this or not, but we were joking earlier about, getting all your news from TikTok. And that was something that, anyway, one of the things that I heard was, there was this thing going around where you could pay back taxes on someone else's property. And that, then if you did that, you could potentially own their property. And it sounded a whole lot like.
With that, I
misinformation.
know
was
that
thinking
when,
that would be something that would come up this way, right?
I know
Once
that,
they sold it from you. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I know when you purchase something on the courthouse steps,
Absolutely.
I know that property
Feel
owner,
free to pay my taxes.
Yeah, no, and I didn't, I was 100% sure it was untrue, but I'm just assuming that if someone did that, if someone was like, hey, this sounds real, I'm gonna go do it. And would that show up, is that something that would show up with that?
if a person is registered
Mhm.
in the property fraud alert, and then a document is filed in the office with that person's name on it, you should get notified,
Okay.
okay?
The little bit different though for that, they would have to sign your name. They would have to forge your name
Yes, so,
in order for them to be a grantor at that point, selling the property.
and then they're standing
Yeah.
before a notary with,
Swearing they are who they are.
obviously, with not even accurate ID,
Yeah,
hopefully the notary is gonna ask for an ID. I think they're required to do that, but we don't have any control, there again, we don't have any control over that.
Well,
So-
and it's not tied to the property address. So
Correct.
if someone pays my property taxes, thinking now they own it, and then they sell it in their name to a third party, it wouldn't trigger that because my name didn't appear in the document.
That is, if your name is not on that document,
Okay.
if the name is not on, the registered name is not on that document,
And at
you're
that point,
not gonna get
yeah.
notified.
at that point, you would just have a lapse in chain of title. 'Cause
Well, you would, like, whoever did
But
that.
whoever they sold it to,
Whoever they
because
sold it to got a problem.
problem,
And
because
that's why people need to go through, do their due diligence and go through title companies or contact an attorney to sell their property.
Okay, so is there, is there any way of tying, there's not any way of tying a property, address to the name? It's
No,
just
no,
on the
sir.
name. This is all
That
we go
is
over? Just the
Name
name.
only, yes.
and there is title insurance policies.
Yes.
There are other
paid,
paid services similar to this
Okay.
that may offer additional services to you. But this is just a free property fraud alert that we wanted to assist, just to help you, if at all possible. It might not catch everything, but it's free to you. You can register. If a document is filed in our office, with the exception of Neil Kennedy, then you should get notified, and then you need to either reach out to law enforcement or to an attorney to see what your
Or
next,
both.
or both, yes, to see what your next step is gonna be.
I'm betting most of these fraudulent transactions, when they do turn up, are gonna be vacant lots. We were just talking this morning about how in Marble Falls, vacant lots, little
Yes.
tiny vacant lots are going for 80,000.
Yeah.
A house is gonna be, most people are gonna have to get
You need more than.
a loan.
Yes.
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 Unless-
When I see somebody have, I've got a lot of them sell 50,000, and somebody jumps on it because the job is cheaper than the other lot.
Right.
Buy it, and then
Right.
they try to sell it or do something.
Absolutely, yeah, there could be lots of different scenarios,
Yeah.
and we just wanted to try to help protect the property owners here in Burnet County.
Mr. Secretary.
So right now it's opting in. Do y'all have any plans in the future to make it just part of the process?
Well, we've given these flyers to real estate agents, title companies, in hopes that when they sell a property to someone, they'll give this to them and have them register, encourage the people to register. I don't know. The thing is us, if just because a document came in, then we registered them, we don't necessarily have anyone's phone numbers or emails.
And about 80% of our documents now come in through e-recording,
Yeah.
which is amazing, electronic recording, so.
So we're ganging up on y'all because I'm gonna give you copycats. Eddie's gets to reach out. Thank y'all very much.
Yeah.
Eddie, was there anything else?
Becky, I have a question.
I'll take,
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
please.
Thank you very much.
I'll take y'all.
I think Melissa has a question.
Oh, Melissa?
Or someone.
Yeah, it's Melissa. Hey, good morning, V. Good morning, Janet. I was wondering, since y'all went live with the program, how many people have registered for the fraud alerts?
When we went to Kiwanis, I think we were at close to 3,000, maybe somewhere around there. We didn't run it before because we were at a
Friday.
conference.
Yeah, we were at a conference last week.
But
So we think a little over 3,000.
Okay, excellent. That's a good amount for only a year.
3,000 that weren't registered, so.
Thank you guys again.
Thank
you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.